Role of Yama for holistic health. Nowadays, yoga has been taken as an intervention by so many medical specialists, and they want to try the essence of the yoga and the practices of yoga to be incorporated in the therapeutic systems for curing the ailments. At this juncture, I want to take up an opportunity to understand how some of the aspects of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali are applicable for the holistic health. For the first attempt, here we will be identifying with the concept of Yama. Before going into Patanjali Yoga system, what is the holistic health we mean here? The holistic health is an equilibrium between the mass, energy and space. These three will be functioning very powerfully within the human body. Mass is the five elements with which the human body is made. The energy is the biomagnetism and solar energy, which is making the mass very much dynamic. The space or vacuum is the space, which is the nucleic force in the human body. The equilibrium between the mass, energy and space is the formula behind the holistic health. When we take that particular formula, here we have to understand that how it is applicable at the body level. It will be giving to metabolic efficiency, immunity and longevity. At the society level, it will be promoting security, equality and peace. At the mind level, it leads to perspicacity, consciousness and truth. At the body level, it will be helping to manage the limbs and the muscular identities. At the society level, it will be contributing for the lifestyle management. At the mind level, it will be contributing for the spiritual upgradation. That is why the equilibrium between mass, energy and space is having a very vital role. And regarding Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, it was said to be a book written around 200 BC, and it is containing a particular system of practices called as Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga Yoga is representative of the 8 limbs which are representing the 8 aspects of the nature. They are called to be Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Yama represents the earthly element. Niyama represents the water element. Asana represents the fire element. Pranayama represents the air element. Pratyahara represents the sky element. Dharana represents the mind element. Dhyana speaks about the intellect. Samadhi speaks about the aham. In these particular things, Yama is to be studied very much. Yama is having an importance because it is speaking about the role of the nature in the organization, formation and management of the human body-mind system. It is having much place in the health care. And in the Yamas, they have told 5 important words. One is Ahimsa, another is Satya, another is Asteya, another is Brahmacharya, and another is Aparigraha. Ahimsa literally means non-violence. Satya literally means truth. Asteya literally means non-stealing. Brahmacharya literally means celibacy. Aparigraha literally means non-taking. But when we understand this entire system to be representative of the nature's law, ahimsa indicates the acceptance of the existence. It is considered to be very, very important that all these species are living on the earth and we have to accept their existence. We must not cause any violence to them. It is ahimsa. Truth does not mean simply the local truth or colloquial expression of the truth. It speaks about the prevalence of the law of nature. And non-stealing indicates that an ecological property has been identified for each species for the survival. And it is speaking about the method in which the human beings have to behave. And brahmacharya does not simply mean celibacy. It is speaking about the impact of the time schedule on the reproductive system. And aparigraha speaks to satisfaction and how they will be helping. Acceptance of the existence leads to agreement, understanding, coexistence, and cooperation. Then there will be no coercion at all. Each species will be accepting the coexistence and there is no coercion at all. Law of nature helps to articulate the repercussions, functions of the promotions. They accept the equilibrium in geomagnetic, biomagnetic, and astromagnetic standards. And non-stealing is speaking about the ecological symmetry. There is no encroachment into the nature. Man must accept the properties of the environmental niche. It is considered to be asteya or non-stealing. One must not steal away the proprietary qualities of the nature of the other species. And commitment to time is considered to be brahmacharya. It is very important that it will be promoting alertness, uprightness, and committedness. And this is very important because when man is committed to time, he understands the supremacy of the time. The action, the result, and the causation are three important things, generally which will be making a man to think of his own supremacy. Man thinks that he is acting on his own accord. He thinks that he is claiming the result and he is causing something to happen. All these three are controlled by the time. Time itself is following the nature's law. It is arranging the environmental niche. And that is why this brahmacharya is a concept which is not simply related with the celibacy, but it is related with the acceptance of the time schedule in the regular way of life. The fifth one is aparigraha, which is not taken from anybody or not given to anybody. It is non-possession. It is a symbol of satisfaction. It removes greed, vanity, competition, and rivalry. When greed is removed, man will be satisfied with what he is having. When vanity is not there, he will not pose himself and he will be becoming sublime. When competition is not there, he cannot waste his energy and time. When rivalry is not there, he will be thinking about the supreme. As a result, this satisfaction leads to introspection and acceptance of the supremacy of time and nature. When he is prone for introspection and accepting the supremacy of time and nature, then man can be serene, he can have calmness, he can achieve a clarity of thought, he will be knowing more about the function of the thought, he can be positively discretary to the thoughts, and his discrimination of the thoughts make him more understand and analyze the relationship between the survival, law of nature, environmental nishi, the time, and the mind